so clean, mind so circus style. Now it's time to clowns, y'all. Ain't so clean, mind so circus style. Now it's time to clowns, y'all.
What's up, YouTube? This is A-Train, and I'm with
Robin Romero.
We worked together on Team A-Train for what? 3 years now?
3, yeah.
Getting tired of me yet?
Not yet.
Not soon. All right, guys. So we were actually having a conversation the other day about stretching and about back pain, IT band pain, and knee pain. Robin brought up something really unique. She mentioned that she's tired of seeing people foam roll their IT band, and I was like, hold on a second, because the last 8 years of me lifting, all I've been doing is dealing with rolling this side. You know, it's excruciating. You know, it's horrible. And the moment that she said I shouldn't be rolling it, I was like, okay, I really got to dive into this and figure out why it is that you shouldn't be rolling your IT band, along with other parts of your body. So this is going to be about pain, guys. This is going to be about the proper way to, would we say loosen up or stretching out? Which way would we call it?
Loosen up.
Loosen up.
Good.
So why don't you explain to us first where the IT band is and what's going on?
Okay, so your IT band is a ligament. That's number one why you don't foam roll it. It's a ligament that goes from your knee, and it's going to insert all the way up through your hip. So the point is why you don't foam roll it. Like I said, it's a ligament, it's not a muscle. You foam roll muscles, you meet up those knots. That's why you get massages. That's what they're digging into, is muscle tissue. So muscles are like this rubber band. You can stretch it and it'll go back, right? So this is a muscle.
Let's cover that again. Okay, guys, so muscles, we know, elongate and contract. Okay, so that's what she's demonstrating here,
right.
You know.
Elongate, contract.
Elongate and contract. And then your tendon.
So tendons and ligaments are not like this. They do have a little bit of give to them so you don't injure yourself. But if you think about like a piece of saran wrap, you can stretch it out a little bit, but once you do, it's never gonna contract back. So when you're foam rolling your IT band, that's essentially what you're doing, is you're stretching out this ligament, but it's not gonna pull back, which means you're compromising the way your knee tracks, the way your hip rotates. So that's why we don't wanna foam roll that, we wanna stretch.
So one thing that I do wanna add is, we've all heard, you know, when should you be stretching? And I think it's pretty well known that you're not supposed to be stretching before you work out, okay? And the principle behind that is, once again, kind of what she's getting into, you know, that you're actually stretching and pulling on your ligaments. And remember the saran wrap, you know, little hand demonstration she just did. Guys, once you stretch that out, it's not really gonna come back, you know, right away. So we really don't wanna weaken the tendons before we lift. You know, you're trying to stretch the muscles, you're trying to loosen up your muscles when you lift. And there's actually studies shown that by stretching pre-lift, you actually are weaker, you know, because you've weakened your tendons. So let's go into our IT band stuff.
Okay.
You know, because that's important to me to figure out what the hell you're talking about.
Right.
And let's do it.
So we're down on the ground, we're gonna get ready to stretch our IT band. So we're gonna stretch our right side first. So you're going to put your right heel out and flex your toes back. Now for me, I'm flexible enough to reach the ground. For Anthony, he's not necessarily there. So we're gonna use props. If you're in the gym, grab some dumbbells. It's a great height. So all you're essentially doing is bringing the ground closer to you with them. So what I want you to do is feel the difference first. So if we go on either side of our leg and lean forward, you're gonna feel it in your hamstring, right?
Oh yeah.
So what you're gonna do is pick up your left hand, move it outside your leg. Keep your water bottle with you.
Oh.
And you're gonna start slowly walking over to the right. And if you notice, all of a sudden he said, oh, feeling the pain. So,
all right, this is pretty tight. Yeah.
So the place that you wanna focus on is you really wanna think about your hips on this. If your hip starts leaning forward, you wanna pull your hips back in line.
Okay.
And you can see, we're hardly even moving over here, but all of this over here is getting really tense and tight, and it's pulling up through his hip. That's where your IT band is.
Woo! Yeah, that actually really fucking hurt.
So what we're gonna focus on here is a different type of stretching. You're gonna activate the muscle first, and then you're going to allow it to relax, and you're gonna find a little more depth in your stretch. So from here, you're gonna focus on trying to dig your heel into the ground. So you're activating your hamstring, and then releasing softly.
What kind of count are we looking for?
About 4 or 5.
Okay, so 4 to 5 seconds with pressure and then slight release.
And then release. So
all right.
we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now relax and see if you can go a little lower. And then again, dig your heel in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you should have a little bit more space. And then do it again. 1.
This is like magic.
2, 3.
It's like magic.
4, 5. And now you have more depth.
Wow. You know, and something that I want to bring up when it comes to hamstring stretches, we've all done this one, right? And I honestly have found that weakens the back of my knee, my tendons, more than it does actually benefit, you know, and that right there was all hamstring, you know, so that's great. You know, it's crazy to think that this whole time that, you know, these basic stretches that we do, they really are, you know, hurting you when it comes to weightlifting, you know. I mean, everybody that's gonna be watching this YouTube, guys, I mean, majority of us are, you know, have weightlifting in our programs and stuff like that. You know, we're not runners, we're not swimmers and stuff like that. So you really have to be, you know, mindful of what you're doing before you're actually entering the gym, because you don't want to be putting yourself at risk, right?
And that's a very excellent point about bringing up runners and swimmers. People who lift weights don't necessarily feel that they do need to stretch, but as we all know, form is everything, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's where stretching comes into play. When you have something that's tight, it's going to throw off your form, which is going to lead to injury. So that's where stretching really comes into play.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's start with the right glute.
Okay.
Right butt cheek a little tight
Right
today?
butt, yes.
All right.
My butt cheek.
All right, so your legs are going to be the figure 4. So you're
Okay.
going to pick your right leg up, hit your
Oh yeah, like that's gonna happen.
as much as you can, right?
Okay.
So then what you want to think about is pushing your knee out.
Okay.
There we go, we're already feeling it.
Yeah.
And then you can start walking your other leg back as far as you can while you're pushing your knee forward. So this is also going to dig into the side of your hip, right above your TFL, and you can see he's shaking already. We're getting into the tightness.
That was actually really, really hard. This makes me feel really, really bad about my flexibility. Which is why I'm gonna improve on it now, because I'm being called out on YouTube. All right, so other side.
Other side?
So for the people that are not flexible like me, would you see it being a bad thing to necessarily start on the ground and then walk my leg up?
Right. Well, actually, for people who are super tight like you, come on, stand on up.
Super tight.
This is where using a pole or some kind of handlebar helps. So I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna let you be my handlebar because I don't know if I can hold you up. So turn face me, grab my hands. So I'd be holding onto a pole here, and I'm gonna cross my ankle over my knee, and then I'm gonna sit back. So this doesn't require as much flexibility, and what you're thinking is sitting and pressing your knee towards the ground. So if you don't have as much range of motion there, that's a great way to do it.
Let me try it.
Okay.
Let me be on this.
So your knees move for balance.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna eat shit right now. So here?
Yep. And then sit.
Oh yeah.
And then press your knee out. Like I think you press your knee towards the ground.
I feel like a yogi.
He's learning.
It feels so good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels so good.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into lower back. But first, I want to ask you, what would you say the #1 reason why people have lower back pain is?
Spinal compression. You know what that comes from?
Sitting down. Exactly.
Exactly.
And that's what I wanted her to mention, guys. You would think it's all this lifting and stuff like that, but what's actually killing your lower back is the sitting, you know? Once again, another aha moment for me too. So let's do a lower back stretch, you know? And once again, something I haven't seen yet, so.
So what I like about this, we're gonna do a partner assisted stretch on this for 2 reasons. Number 1 is it's gonna stretch and massage your lower back, but it's also going to decompress your lower spine.
Okay.
So
What do you want me to do?
So what you're gonna do, if you're familiar with yoga, it's called child's pose. So get down on your knees.
You're not the boss.
Yes, I am. So you're gonna want your feet to touch and take your knees out about hip width distance.
Okay.
Sit back on your ankles and then reach forward.
Down?
Yep, down the ground. And what you get to do is grab onto my ankles. And then my job is fun. I get to dive forward, reach for his hips. So over here, I can walk up and down his spine. So what I'm
it
doing
feels so good.
is we're stretching everything through here and I'm decompressing his spine all at the same time. So
And
this is
my
kind of
lats
fun.
feel amazing.
Right.
Oh.
And if he's feeling ready for more, I can always walk my heels back more. And we get even
wow.
deeper into stretch. So now we are hitting his entire back as well as decompressing his lower back. And he gets a nice little massage for being such a good boss. And there you go, partner stretching for your lower back.
That one's good. All right, guys, there are 4 unique stretches for you guys. Really excited for people to try these because I feel like they're gonna be able to, you know, loosen the muscle, not weaken the tendon, and also put them in better biomechanical, you know, position for their lifting,
Absolutely.
you know? All right, guys, A-Train out. Thank you, Robin, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
You guys make sure you follow me on Instagram, Periscope, Snapchat, links below, and I'm also gonna link this yogi's Instagram for you guys to follow.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.